Very good afternoon. You're watching Rajya Sabha News with me, Aishwarya Kapoor. Let us start the bulletin with the headlines. Rajya Sabha passes Aircraft Amendment Bill. The bill provides statutory status to regulatory institutions in the field of civil aviation. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri allays members' concerns on privatization of airports, highlights success of Vande Bharat mission and Udan scheme. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan makes statement on COVID-19 situation, asserts that India has limited its COVID-19 cases and deaths per million, informs members that Prime Minister Modi is personally monitoring steps to combat the pandemic. And Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introduces the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2020. Health Minister Harshvardhan introduces the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions Bill 2020. Soon after the Rajya Sabha assembled this morning, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu informed the members that 15th of September marks the International Day of Democracy. Let's take a listen.
Democracy is a universal value, is based on the freely expressed will of the people to determine their own political, economic, social and cultural systems and their full participation in all aspects of life. India is being the largest democracy in the world. The importance of day for us cannot be emphasized enough. Democracy is the thread which holds us together. It is the bedrock of our unity in diversity. It is a binding force which has helped to propel our country on the path to progress. So, democracy is synonymous with our constitution, which itself is the embodiment of democratic principles. Our constitution, while providing enough avenues to citizens for all our own development, also ensures that they are able to contribute meaningfully to the development of this country. This very institution of parliament is a hallmark of democracy, and we, as legislators, are the flag bearers of democratic principle. Let us resolve this on this International Day of Democracy to strive continuously to further enrich the democratic principles as enshrined in our constitution.
Kriti Mishra, our colleague, is joining us live from the national capital for more updates. Kriti, very good afternoon. Kriti, as far as Rajya Sabha is concerned, of course, it convened in the morning today. And we saw there was a detailed discussion on the Aircraft Amendment Bill, and Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri also allaying the members' concerns on privatization of airports as well. Tell us more about this bill that was passed.
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya. Remember, this bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha and it was taken up for consideration and passage in the Rajya Sabha today. Now, while allaying the concerns of the members on issues of privatization of airports, privatization of Air India, Hardeep Singh Puri, who is the Civil Aviation Minister, assured all the members that this would improve the efficiency. He also emphasized on the success of Vande Bharat mission, on the success of Udan scheme, and he also apprised the members about the bubble system that has been established with several countries, and he also said was sanguine and expressed hope about resumption of air activities like the pre-corona era. And as far as this bill is concerned, remember, this bill is a very important bill because when ICAO, which is the International Civil Aviation Organization, conducted a survey in the year 2012 and 2015, had underscored the need to give regulators more power. So this would give statutory recognition to DGCA, to BCAS and also Air Accident Investigation Bureau, and will also enhance safety and security in our civil aviation space. So that was a very important bill that was passed by the Rajya Sabha today after a detailed discussion where members across political spectrum participated. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right, and Kriti, there were two other bills that were introduced. Of course, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introducing the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Bill. There was another bill that Dr. Harshvardhan introduced, that is the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions Bill. Tell us more about these two bills as well.
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya. So these two important bills were introduced by the respective ministers in the upper house today. Now, as far as the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill is concerned, that seeks to streamline the entire process and to infuse more efficiency in the code. And also, as far as the allied healthcare bill is concerned, that gives more recognition to the allied healthcare workers. And there was another important bill on which discussion was initiated in the House today after it was introduced for consideration and passage by Health Minister Harsh Vardhan, which was about the Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda. So these were the important legislative items that were taken up in the upper house today.
Absolutely. So important legislative items in the upper house, and of course there was this statement that Dr. Harsh Vardhan made on the COVID-19 situation in our country, and also the Zero Hour saw very important matters being raised by the members of Parliament. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all those updates there on Parliament. And as Kriti was telling us, Dr. Harsh Vardhan, the Health Minister, also made a statement in the upper house today on the COVID-19 situation in our country. Speaking about the COVID-19 situation, the Union Health Minister said that the early lockdown measures were estimated to have prevented approximately 14 to 29 lakh cases and 37 to 78,000 deaths. Explaining India's COVID strategy in the upper house, Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan said that in India, the major focus has been on facilitating the development of COVID-19 vaccine. He said that the government was proactively identifying gaps and building an Atmanirbhar Bharat that would be able to take the challenges of similar pandemics, epidemics and disasters in the future as well. The Health Minister also said that as many as 40 lakh Indians with a potential of disease transmission had been kept under surveillance to break the chain of viral transmission.
With our endeavour to manage COVID-19 through a whole of government and whole of society approach, India has been able to limit its cases and deaths per million to 3,320 cases per million and 55 deaths per million population respectively, which is one of the lowest in the world as compared to similarly affected countries.
Rajya Sabha on Tuesday passed the Aircraft Amendment Bill 2020 after clause-by-clause consideration of the bill. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri allayed the concerns of the members on privatization of airports. He also highlighted the success of Vande Bharat mission and the Udan scheme.
So I say with a great degree of satisfaction and humility that the total number of passengers, Indian citizens stranded abroad who have been brought back is close to 1.6 million, 16 lakhs, and about 300,000 to 400,000 have been carried out. This is the largest, most comprehensive process of evacuation and repatriation of Indian citizens or of citizens of any country at any time in history. When you have pent-up demand, when entire country and civil aviation is locked down, and since 23rd March, yes, when suddenly on the first day when we opened the western sector, we got not 6 million, we got 36 million hits. Obviously the site will crash, but there were no agents. This was being done directly, and it's despite the attempt of many of my friends to malign this process, we have looked into it. They have acquitted themselves creditably. And privatization of Air India, if I could help it, we would keep it. But with a 60,000 crore on debt, the choice is not between privatization and not privatization. Some of my colleagues should realize the choice is between privatization and closing down. But we are confident that the airline in running way, doing extremely well, will be given to its new owner in order for Air India and that flag to be kept flying. Thank you very much.
This bill seeks to provide a statutory status to regulatory institutions in the civil aviation space. The statutory status to these regulatory institutions would improve India's aviation safety ranking as suggested by the International Civil Aviation Organization. Lok Sabha passed the bill on 17th of March this year. And Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introduced the Bankruptcy and Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2020 in the Rajya Sabha on Tuesday. The bill amends the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code to ring-fence successful bidders of insolvent companies from any risk of criminal proceedings for offences committed by previous promoters of the companies. The bill replaces an ordinance that was issued to provide relief to those impacted by COVID-19. And Union Minister for Health, Dr. Harshvardhan, also introduced the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions Bill 2020.
The bill for introduction, National Commission for Allied Healthcare Professional Bill. Dr. Harshvardhan from Lok Sabha Chamber.
Respected sir, I rise to move for leave to introduce the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions Bill 2020.
Question is that the leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor, please raise their hands and say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please raise their hands and say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The Minister to introduce the bill.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
And Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu on Tuesday urged the members to raise their hands and identify themselves and their location for the smooth proceedings of the House. He also urged the members to not use the word social distancing and rather use the word physical or safe distancing. Let's take a listen. The Rajya Sabha Secretariat will hold a mock drill on Wednesday to familiarize the Vice Chairman and Deputy Chairman for presiding over the proceedings. All the members are seated at 3 different places: Rajya Sabha Chamber, Rajya Sabha Galleries and the Lok Sabha Chamber, proportionate to their party strength in Rajya Sabha. Members have not been assigned specific seats and instead parties have been allotted a bunch of seats.
The members who are going to speak should raise their hand, identify themselves, tell their name, and also one more point is added, sir from the chambers, sir from gallery number 4, from Lok Sabha, so that the camera, I will be able to, because I am seeing the TV and also, so if you identify and say, sir, speaking from the Lok Sabha chambers, so then camera will focus on that particular member. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, there will be a trial for them to familiarize with all this exercise tomorrow, for the newly appointed panel chairman. And if any leader of the party, if they are also interested, they can also come and participate in that. Secretariat will be organizing that.
And a 0 hour was taken up in the upper house from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the MPs raised issues of critical importance during this 0 hour. Let's take a look at some of the submissions made.
That it is very, very important that the government must support this industry and not kill it just because there are few people. You cannot tarnish the image of the entire industry.
Right.
This industry brings international name and recognition also.
Active policy interventions and resource allocations by the government and persistent nationwide effort to educate and sensitize the society about mental diseases. Mental illness must mandatorily be put under the ambit of life insurance. This will help people to see mental illness with the same lens as they use for physical diseases.
आज की स्थिति में कोरोना निरंतर बढ़ रहा है। ये स्थिति कब तक चलेगी कोई अनुमान नहीं लगाया जा सकता। इसलिए आवश्यक है कि गांव में मनरेगा के माध्यम से और अधिक रोजगार की व्यवस्था की जाए। हर राज्य में मजदूरों के 100 दिन लगभग पूरे हो गए हैं। अब इन मजदूरों को काम नहीं दिया जा रहा।
And that's all in this edition of Rajya Sabha News. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV. Up ahead is Rajya Sabha Samachar.